Hey you guys, it's Kim with Create It and Kim and Kim's Crafts, and I'm going to make a Halloween wreath tonight, and it's really cool. I don't know what I did with my pumpkin. I've got a cool pumpkin somewhere. I'll find it that we're going to put in it because I made it the other day in a reel. I've gone crazy. We'll find it in a minute. It's orange and yellow, and it's glittery, but I'm crazy. So you can tell that I'm not prepared like I should be prepared. Let me get my other one going. No, I feel. Oh, here it is. Duh. We're gonna make it with this pumpkin that I made the other day with the glitter and the rhinestones, and put this cute little sign on it for candy corns. And we've got all kinds of cool stuff to go along with it that is all surrounding me in the floor back here behind me. So let me get this other one going. And as always, excuse my sinuses because they are always crazy. Okay, so we got our 14-inch frame, and we're going to do poofs on this one. I know that's everybody's least favorite, but sometimes when you want to use the colors you want to use, that's your choice. So we just take our 21-inch mesh and gather it up at the end. Cut it off so it doesn't look all crazy. And then we just attach it. And we're going to go all the way around this, making 9-inch poofs. And I do 9-inch poofs because I can get 2 poof bases off of 1 roll of mesh. Got our trusty zip tie. And I always just zip tie these to the frame just as a little extra added security. Get it on there good and tight with my zip tie gun. And we're literally just going to measure 9 inches all the way around. And while you're doing it, you always want to make sure that your raw edges are facing down. And we just want to put it in there and get the twist as tight as we can get it on our first twist. And twist it maybe twice. And then poof it out. And I'm sorry, I'm probably going to be sniffling in your ear the whole time. My sinuses are always a little bit bad, but it seems like as soon as I push the live button, they're like, all right, we're going to go into overdrive and make you sniff in everybody's ears for an hour. And mine would help if it would rain. I know I was complaining about the rain here a few weeks ago. And now I think maybe if it would rain just a little bit, maybe it would stop some of it. Hi, Melinda. My neighbor's watching. So we're just measuring 9 inches, and see how that's kind of out to the side? I always want to gather it and make sure it's pointing down. We're measuring our 9 inches. And getting that first twist as tight as we can get it. And when I'm poofing them out, I'll find the edge and I'll work my way from the edge and then just pull them all out. It makes it nice and fluffy. This one side wants to fight me for some reason. I guess I need to pay attention that I'm staying in frame. Whenever I tell everybody at work how I have to try to remember to talk, not mess up what I'm making, and keep what I'm doing in the picture frame. It seems like it would all be really easy. And I guess maybe it is, but not all the time. Just fluffing them around. Gosh, I got caught in school traffic today. I had forgot that school started. My daughter's been out of school for what, like 6 years now? And I got caught in school traffic, not even thinking. And it made me not miss the days of pick up and drop off for sure. Summit Hill Road at 4 o'clock is a nightmare. And I should have known better. I'll know better next time. I called my sister and she didn't answer, so I was just screaming at her voicemail just to get it out so that I wouldn't have road rage. Because not only is there a lot of people, but people seem to forget how to drive. I think my light just got brighter for some reason. Let me turn that sucker down. Must have a mind of its own. It was all of a sudden blinding me. Maybe that'll be better. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so when we get back to the one we started, I always just undo the twists. Put it down in there. That's the one that we started on. And then again, get that first twist as tight as we can get it. And twist it maybe twice. And fluff our poop out. And then we're going to take this one and just lay it flat into the closest pipe cleaner on the inside. We're not making a poof, we're just laying it flat. And then we're going to do the same thing on the inside, 9 inches. Making sure that our raw edges are pointed down. And I always just push everything out of the way as I'm going along, because you want to make sure that you don't get any of the mesh from the bottom ones stuck in your pipe cleaner. And I move stuff around while I'm fluffing it, because I like for my inside mesh to cover the gap in between the 2 outside ones. That way, when we get to the end, we can move our stuff around and you can't see the pipe cleaners. I don't like seeing any of the mechanics on anything that I make. So we're just going through and making our poofs. I'm excited to see how this one turns out. I love that pumpkin that I made. I even stopped at Hobby Lobby on the way home today to get more rhinestones. But they didn't have black anymore. Those ones that I used on it, I had from a long time ago. And I looked on their website today while I was eating my lunch to try to find some more black ones, and they didn't have any. And so I thought, well, I'll just stop by there, and they just don't have any. It's okay. I can use the clear ones. I saw, I was on Pinterest today and saw just some plain velvet pumpkins, which I have a bunch of, where they put clear rhinestones on it and nothing else, just the clear rhinestones, and they look so good. I'm going to have to do some of those. And make another Halloween wreath. And we're just measuring our 9 inches. We're almost done with this part. Getting our twists as tight as we can get them. And then fluffing out our poofs. This type of mesh tears my cuticles up. It's real coarse. And so I've got those little where your skin comes up around your fingernails. And it's hard to get them off, and they hurt way worse than you would expect them to hurt, just for a little tiny piece of skin. But all these colored metallic meshes like this are rough on your fingers. But you can see I'm just moving stuff around because I want the edges to cover where all the pipe cleaners are. The whole time I'm making any of these things, I'm always moving stuff around, whether I'm making centerpieces or wreaths or whatever. You put it where you want it to be. We're just fluffing them out and moving our stuff around. Let's see, we got 2 more. And then we're going to do rolls. I don't think I've done any rolls on a Facebook video yet. They've all either been cruffles or ruffles. Alright, flip it around. Last one. So we're going to go back into the first one that we did on the inside. And I'm going to untwist the tie and put it down in there. And then twist it again. Fluff it out. And then move them around where everything's covering everything. And then when we cut it off, you want to leave just a little bit of a tail on there because we're going to zip tie it back down to the frame also. So we just separate the 2 layers, and we're going to zip tie it down to the frame in there. And it probably would stay without it, but I always just like that little extra added piece of security. I ship my wreaths through FedEx on my Etsy, from my Etsy page, and sometimes they aren't super careful with their boxes, so I always want to make sure nothing has a chance of falling apart while they're jostling the boxes all over the country. Okay, so then that's what we've got so far, just our poof base. Oh yeah, I'm sure nobody misses the school traffic days of just dropping off. Haley, you should pull your wreath making stuff out. Everybody should be wreath making. It's so fun. Or at least I think it is. All right, let me get my mesh thing out. And for those of you that have mesh rollers, I built this one myself, but there's a lady that sells them on Etsy also. And I always clamp mine down to the table so that it doesn't go rogue on me and want to bounce all over the table. I use those clamps for everything. Okay, so next we have all of our mesh that I cut, and we're using orange. And it never all stays on the table. Usually half of them fall off onto the floor. But we're using orange, and I think it's called sunflower yellow. It's kind of a mustardy yellow, but I thought these were perfect for candy corn. And I've cut these at 10 inches. So we are just, let's see if I can move them without them falling. We'll see. Okay. So they're 10 inches. And I just roll them up like a burrito. And I usually do this on my lap, so doing it on fabric seems to help me roll them better for some reason. And then clip it to hold it. And then we roll the other side like a burrito. Oh my gosh. It's funny how when you're used to doing something one way, because normally I just do it on my lap, and I don't know, for some reason I guess the fabric catches the mesh so it doesn't slide around. So anyways, see how much easier that was that way? Okay, so we've got our raw edges on this side and our raw edges on this side. So we want to make sure that both of our raw edges are facing down. And then we put it with the raw edges down. And we're just going to put it in all the same ties that we just put our poofs on with. And then make an X. So on one side you've got the orange up, and on the other side you've got the yellow up. So we just made an X. And we're going to do that all the way around. And because I'm a crazy person, I put the yellow down first. Now the yellow has to go down first again. And I guess you probably can't see me rolling it since I'm doing it on my lap. I'll try to do it up here. It's funny how changing one little thing throws you off, or it does for me anyways. You get used to doing something a certain way. See, our yellow's on the bottom. That way when we make our X, opposite colors will be touching each other. Oh wait, am I going crazy? Oh, I am. See, something's wrong with me today. We want the orange on the bottom so that the yellow's on the top. I tell you what, I wonder about me sometimes. Okay, now yellow, orange is on the bottom. So we're just making our X's, and we're going to go all the way around in all 18 ties. See, I almost did it on my lap again. So we're just making burritos. We want both of our raw edges facing the same way. And I did it again. Orange is on the bottom. I think I had too long of a day at work today, I guess. Fried my brain. And I pull them pretty hard to make them go where I want them to go. See, it's already looking like candy corn. I just love the candy corn theme so much. Hey, Linda! Kim, people can send you stars. I don't know what that means. I guess that would be a good thing to send me stars. Did you send me stars? And what does that do? What do stars do? Does that mean I'm a superstar? Maybe. Let's see. Orange on bottom. And it probably doesn't matter if you put them in there the exact same way each time, but my OCD makes me. Because I want it to be every other. As you're coming along, you see yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange. And then even still, while I'm putting the rolls on there, I'm still moving my black mesh around to cover up where my pipe cleaners are. And you won't be able to do it on all of them, just the way that some of it sets. But then when we get to the middle on ones like this one that doesn't have the black mesh covering it, we'll make sure one of our loops goes down in between them so that in the end, it covers it up. See, I'll give you guys all kinds of little tips. Stuff that I've learned the hard way. Through trial and error. Did Linda tell me what the stars mean? Well, I'm not sure, but it costs 99 cents to send them to you. Well, then don't send them to me. Don't spend your 99 cents on a star. That's crazy. I'm going to have to Google after I get done, I guess, and see what the stars do. Do I get the 99 cents? I bet I don't. It's funny how everything nickel and dimes you to death. Just inspiring everybody to get crafty is good enough for me. And that's free. Okay. And while we're going, again, we want to make sure that we're making sure that both of our raw edges on our yellow and our orange are going in the same direction and that they're facing down. See, it already looks like candy corn. Oop, I almost knocked the whole pile off the table. I get going sometimes and just become a disaster in here. Okay. Maybe they won't fall. We'll see. We'll see if I get lucky. If I had more of this mesh, I probably would have done this in cruples. But I like that you can see the black too, though. So maybe I wouldn't have. I've got more of it ordered, but it hasn't come in yet. Only about half of my big order came in. And that was one of the things that didn't come. Okay, and so can you see on this one how we've got a little tail sticking up out of there because we didn't get it rolled real good? I'll literally just cut it out. You can't see it and you'll never know. Making rolls. I'm struggling with my rolls on the table. Yeah, that one looks bad. Have to get a little piece of felt or something and stick it down to the table. So that it has something to catch on. All right, looks like we got 2 more on the outside and then our 8 on the inside. We're just going through and making X's. My daughter's not home from work yet to have Jasper make his little debut. Wonder if she'll make it home in time. Which he's not in here crying. Of course, now that I've said his name and I've mentioned it, he probably will be. He's usually not too far away. And he always wants attention. Just making our rolls. And I would say out of all the different ones to make, doing the rolls is my least favorite. But the colors that I wanted to use for it, I think this way looks the best for this particular one. But it is my least favorite. Oh, there's my daughter. Hey, baby. Now I hear him crying. Oh, that's good. Oh, so I guess he is going to make his cameo. Hold on, sweet boy. Let me get this last one in here. Oh, you'll have to wait about an hour and then you can complain away. Hold on, sweet boy. I can hear him drooling already. And I've even got my earbuds in. How loud are you drooling? Sweet boy. He's a sweet boy. He's so sweet. I know it. Okay, I have to get back at it if I'm going to finish. I know it. And he loves having his ears rubbed, his little paws. If I could just rub your ears all day, I would, I promise. Okay. You're getting cat hair all over me. I know it's a bright light, isn't it? I'm sorry, sweet boy. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to sit here and watch me pet you for an hour. Of course, they may not want to watch me make Wreath either. All right, sweet boy. That's all you get.
I feel like everyone always just sees his face.
Oh.
This is how big this cat is.
He's huge. And he just hangs there in her arms while I pet him. That's the routine every day when she comes home from work. I think he just like reached at me. Spoiled. He's very spoiled. Very spoiled. He got like in the garage where I have those boxes stacked close together so there's only a little space to walk. He got like right there and sat down and I kept trying to get him to move out of the way so I could pass and he just sat there and looked at me like I'm not moving. I had to like pick him up and move him out of the way. He's very spoiled. I don't think he thinks he's spoiled, but he is. Heck, when Linda comes over here, he tries to steal her chair, gets in between her and her stuff. He stole your chair. He just stole my daughter's chair. He'll race you. Like if you're sitting down somewhere for a while, he doesn't do it to my chair too much anymore because he's old and he can't really. My chair is taller than regular. And he hurt himself. He jumped up on my chair and missed and hurt his hip real bad. Um, but every other chair in the house is fair game. If you've been sitting there for a little while and you get up, when he sees you walking back towards the chair, he'll race you to the chair and then jump up there before you sit down. He was trying to bully Linda out of her chair the other night, and she finally booted him off. She was trying to be nice and share with him, but he kept trying to inch her off. We were in here trying to get ready for Reese and wine, I think. But he raced her back to the chair. And he does it to Bailey in her room. Okay. Only got 6 more to go. I think maybe I don't like this one as much as because it takes longer. Maybe that's why I don't know. I like the way it looks just as much as the others. It's just the technique I don't like doing the most. But sometimes it's just the look you want, so you do it. Okay, so on this one is where we didn't have the black covering up where the pipe cleaners are. So I made sure when I put this in here that it goes down in between the two so that it will cover the pipe cleaners in the end. I do not like seeing the pipe cleaners in the end. Greg said you should tell the Wreath, the Great Fire of '07. You're very welcome. I enjoy sharing with everybody. I hope it inspires. I almost set my neighborhood on fire, is what Linda's talking about. I was burning trash and thought the trash was out. And I went and picked my daughter up from her Nana's house. This was like in 2007, so she was 7. I went and picked her up, and we were going to go shopping, and I kept getting this gnawing feeling that I needed to come home and check on the fire that I put out. I put it out, and I came home, and my whole backyard was on fire. The neighbors, which there wasn't anybody living there at the time, the new people hadn't moved in yet, but their yard was on fire. Bailey's basketball goal was on fire. Her trampoline was on fire. Like, I set everything on fire. And there's an empty lot next to me, and then people behind me. And so the guy behind me had come out and was trying to put the fire out at the fence line because obviously he didn't want his yard to catch on fire. I gave Bailey the water hose and the phone and told her to call 911. And I was trying to put the fire out so that it didn't catch the neighbor's house on fire. And I can tell you, I have not burned trash since. I will not burn anything in my yard. That scared the bejesus out of me. And I call it the Great Fire of '07 when I almost burned the neighborhood down. So thank goodness. So now, whenever the volunteer fire department comes around for donations, I think it's like $20 or something, $40. I donate double. Like whatever it is, I donate the double amount. And they give away free pictures. And then I donate the pictures to, whoever, somebody that might could use them that maybe doesn't have the money for them. Because I don't feel like they should give me anything for donating. They came out and saved my house and 2 of my neighbors' houses and the empty lot next door because they don't mow it but about a couple of times a year, and it's got trees and old limbs and stuff on it. And I mean, that could have been really bad. I set the electrical pole on fire. It was on fire. Yeah, it was crazy because I was burning trash. But I don't burn trash anymore or anything. I will bag my leaves up, set them out for the trash people. Bailey, do you remember me almost setting the whole neighborhood on fire? Do you remember that? Because it was like scarier because it burned up your basketball goal and your trampoline. It was crazy. You could see the smoke when I was driving down the road. The road that comes to our house has a little S curve in it. And when I got past the S curve, like you could just see the smoke like way up in the air. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was bad. And Linda makes fun of me for it. The Great Fire of '07. Tell Greg I told it. All right, looks like we got 3 more. And then we get to move on to the ribbon. See, this while I like the way it looks, doing these kind of take longer. And it keeps wanting to jump out of my hands. But I'm feeling the candy corn vibes already. I'm in love with that pumpkin. I guess it'll be a one of a kind since they don't have any more of the little strips of black gems, rhinestones. Which is fine because I think I've only got, I don't know, I might have 2 of those. I'm not sure how many of the candy corn signs I have. I either have 1 or 2. I don't have a bunch of them like I do on a lot of other stuff. All right, 2 more. Who would know that the struggle would be real in between doing it down on your pants leg and doing it up on the table? And on the inside, we're doing the same thing, making X's. And then on this one, these two, there wasn't any black in between. So I'm making sure that one of my rolls goes down in between there so that in the end we don't see the pipe cleaner. It's funny because I'll take this video once I'm done with it and I'll edit it down for a TikTok video. And, you know, they have the captioning on there. And when I say pipe cleaner, it puts pop cleaner. It can't decipher my southern accent, I guess. It's funny watching what a computer thinks you're saying. Especially us with the southern twang. Oh, I lost my pipe cleaner. There it is. Okay, so we're making our last X, and we'll cut that off too. Putting them down, putting everything down how we want it to be. I'm constantly manipulating the stuff around while I'm putting stuff on there. Okay, so then that's what we have so far. Doesn't it look like candy corn? Now we get to do the ribbon. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to vape in you guys' ears. It's Greg. Linda says she's on the back porch watching. So I guess Greg's probably making fun of me. Which he makes fun of everybody, so I guess I guess it's not that bad. Okay. Sorry, sinuses. So we've got our ribbons. We've got black and orange stripes. This harlequin that I just love. I love it for Halloween. Candy corn, of course. And then just plain black metallic. And I'm going to vape in your ears one more time. I covered up my earbud thinking maybe it would muffle it, but I don't know if it did or not. Okay. So, we're going to take our ribbons, line them up, fold them in half, and that just finds our center. Crinkle them up. And then we're going to put them down in there. Same pipe cleaners that we put our poofs in and our rolls. And then we're going to twist it 3 or 4 times. As tight as you can twist it. Clip it off. You want to leave just a little bit of a tail on there. I don't know if you can tell on there. And then tuck it in. And then we're going to make a W. And then move our mesh around to where you don't see the pipe cleaner. And see, now we've got our W and we've moved that roll down over it to where you don't see where the pipe cleaner is. Okay. And so then on the next ones, we'll do the candy corn and the black. And then we'll just go back and forth all the way around. And these are cut at 14 inches. We just put it in there. Twist it as tight as you can 3 or 4 times. Cut it and tuck it. And then make our W. And I tug on the ribbons after I get them in there and put them how I want them to lay in there. And if you twist your twist tight enough, you can tug on them pretty good. Manipulate our meshes around to where it's covering up our mechanics. And then I'm going to clip that one out. We have another one with a little tail on it. Just clip it out. And then back to the orange stripes. I'm ready to put my pumpkin on here. I love that pumpkin. I'm ready to do one of the velvet ones. I do have a velvet one in here. I'm going to do one of the velvet ones with the rhinestones on it. I bought some little pumpkins on the way home because I wasn't quite sure what all I wanted to put in this one. And I painted them black and put black glitter on them. They're over on my table over there drying. If I want to use them, I hope they're dry in time. And then back to the candy corns. Just lining them up and folding them in half. Crinkling them up. And putting them down in there. And I'm constantly moving stuff around as I'm going. Arranging it how I want it to be arranged. No, it did not muffle the puffing. Sorry. I try not to do it while I'm doing these, but I guess I'm too much of an addict. What are you looking for, baby? Wirelessly? Uh, why don't you just bring it in here instead of having to walk back and forth? You can put that over on the floor if you need to. I'm done with it. I was just getting it out of the way real fast. And it usually goes on this little shelf under my feet, but I kicked it over by accident. It didn't muffle it, but was it loud? Is it loud when I'm puffing on my puffer? You would think if you covered them up, that would get the microphone too. Well, sometimes when I tap the screen, it shows. No, it did not muffle. It didn't. Oops. I don't know what I just did. Something not bad, but you could still hear it. I think by the end of the last one, because I tried to go out of the frame to do it, but I think by the last one, I was just doing it while I was making my stuff. I try to be polite. You hear him in there calling you? You better hurry up and steal her chair before she comes back. He's silly. All right, just a couple more on the outside, and then we're going to do the same on the inside. Oh, I did something. Let's see what I did. I think technology hates me. Oh, there it goes. It was frozen on my other phone. I use my old phone to record with, and my phone that I still use every day sitting right here in front of me so that I can look at it. Okay. Got two more on the outside. His little meow sounds pitiful. My daughter's in here getting some scrapbook paper, and because she's sitting on the floor, he thinks that she's down there for him. Is he just walking all over it? He'll be laying on it by the time you're finished. He's always got to be up in the middle of whatever you're doing. Since he can't jump up in my chair anymore, he'll stand in front of it, because I'll do everything that I do on the outside, I'll do sitting down, but when I get to putting the ribbon in the middle, I stand up, and as soon as I stand up, he'll come stand in front of my chair and meow at me until I pick him up and put him in the chair. I can hear him purring. You must be doing something to him.
He just came and laid down on my load.
Oh. What are you making? Nothing? All right, so we're on the last one on our outside. We've got them all the way around. So that's what we have so far. I just love it. I love Halloween. There's so many different themes and colors. And you want up here? See, he's doing it right now. You want up here? Come on. He'll literally stand there and wait for me to pick him up. There you go. And then he'll sit in the chair and lay there while I finish. Okay, so then when we do the inside, we're going to do it the exact same way. Can you guys see him? And he'll just lay there for the whole time until I make him get down, or when I move the chair in a minute to get my easel out. Sometimes it freaks him out that I'm moving the chair, and he'll jump down, and sometimes he'll just ride it out. All right, so we just separate them and push the pipe cleaner down. Make our W. And you want to just flip your ribbons around to how you want them to look. Bless you. And we just go back and forth. I have so much stuff back here on the floor behind me. Oops. Hair was tickling my mouth and I went to grab it and just yanked it straight out. I'm just tucking them in. And I'll run my fingers. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll just take my fingers and run them up like that, and it makes the ribbon lay flatter. I guess I could plug my hot glue gun in. I'll plug it. Yeah, let me plug my glue gun in. So it can be warming up and ready when we're ready to use it. Thank you, Rebecca. I hope it turns out pretty in the end. I think it will. You can't go wrong with candy corns. My favorite ones at Halloween time are the pumpkins. I buy the bags that are just all the pumpkins. They're so good. Back to the orange. We're just separating them out and folding the pot cleaner down. And while I love this Harlequin ribbon, the black and white, it's satin, and I absolutely hate satin ribbon. It's a little bit harder to make it go where you want it to go. But I love the pattern so much. I buy it every year. I hate making bows with satin ribbon. I hate making wreaths with satin ribbon. I hate satin ribbon. And while I'm twisting these in here, I'm twisting it just as tight as I can twist it. You see I've got a pretty good amount of my stem left. That's how tight I'm twisting everything down in there in each step. Because I want to make sure that everything is secure. And also on the inside ones, when you pull it that tight, it kind of pulls the ribbon down in there real deep, and so you don't see the pipe cleaners on those either. And also, I always use the color of pipe cleaner that the base of the mesh is. Like, even though these are orange and yellow, the mesh that we started off with is black, and so I use black pipe cleaner so that when you tuck it in, you don't see it. It hides it better. All right, two more after this one. Then we get to glue the pretty stuff in. And while I'm working, I'll always save these in a little pile over to the side, all my little stems, because you never know when you start doing your embellishments if you'll need to use them for a stem or to put stuff together. So I always save the little pile until the end, because you never know. And I like to reuse stuff as much as possible. For one, it saves money, and for another, it's less waste, less stuff to throw in the trash. All right, one more to go. And then I have no idea what we're doing next. We shall see. That's the fun of making them, though. I think you start off with a pile of stuff, just rolls of mesh and rolls of ribbon. Start off with a pile of nothing and end up with something pretty. All right, so that's our last one. And I do on the same, on the inside as the outside. I'm constantly moving stuff around to cover any bare spots or where the pipe cleaners are. Just constantly putting everything where you want it to go. And I'll do it again once I get it on the easel. So this is what we have so far. Cute, huh? See if I can get the easel out without disrupting the king of the castle. I know it, but I think you're right where I want this to be. I'm going to have to move you. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, you're going to have to move. You're going to have to move. It's okay. You're okay. Does it feel like an earthquake to you? He's holding on. He's got his little paws wrapped around. I guess that's smart. Does that feel like an earthquake? Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear him meowing, but he is not happy with me. All right, let's see. Is that good? I feel like that's good. Okay, so normally whenever I'm decorating something, I don't understand why that's acting all crazy. Oh, I do too. I ripped my little board. I bought I bought this at the Dollar Tree because I wanted to be able to see the colors and the design better. That's a piece of hair. There we go. So I bought two foam boards and just taped them together on the back and put them on my easel. But I'm gonna have to break down and do a just cut a big piece of wood and make myself one that's not two big pieces of foam board taped together. All right, so when I start decorating, I will hang them up just to kind of see how I want it to be. And then I'll have to take it back down to actually attach the pumpkin. And a lot of people, when they do theirs, they don't have that on there. They just have the easel, and then that way you can get in behind it. But I need a blank white surface behind me so that I can focus. I used to do all this in the kitchen, and I would hang it up on the door. So maybe that's why, because I learned doing it on a blank canvas of a white door. Are you agreeing with me, sweet boy? He's over here talking to me. All right. So now let's see. Is that better? That's better. I don't know why I keep trying to look at the camera out there that's got the bright light instead of looking down here at this phone that doesn't have the bright light. All right. I know, sweet boy. We're taking up a whole bunch of time trying to get the easel in the right spot. All right, let me see. Oh, hey, Rita. I'm glad I got to see you today. Rita comes to Wreath and Wine sometimes, and she's just the sweetest. And I got to see her today. She came by my work. Rebecca, I'm not sure if it'll be available for a class or not. I'm going to have to check and see if I have any more of the candy corn signs. And then the pumpkin, I can make more of the pumpkins. They just won't have the black. Unless maybe I can find the black gemstones in the strips on Amazon because they didn't have them at Hobby Lobby. And sorry, I'm vaping in you guys' ear again. I cannot help it. I'm an addict, I guess. Alright, so we got this cute little candy corn sign. And then, of course, our pumpkin that we made the other day. Look how cute that is. So sparkly. Okay, so maybe got glue on him. I was a little messy when I made this one. So do we want it to be sideways? I think I kind of like top and bottom. Get it in there like that and have that up like that. I think so. Okay, so we're going to put our sign in these two and our pumpkin in those two. If I can remember that whenever I put it back over there. So I always staple my pipe cleaners on the back to attach it with. I keep a little baggie of cardboard that I've cut into little pieces. And usually when I order my boxes, there's always going to be one that's damaged, or if there's not, I'll save boxes from when I order stuff, like from Hobby Lobby or Amazon or something, and I'll literally just cut them into little pieces. That way, whenever we staple our pipe cleaners on there, it doesn't come through and damage the front of the sign. And most of the time, 3 of them is how many we need. So I'll just stack them on there. Staple them on there, twist my pipe cleaner. And then I'll double check to make sure. And I'm not sure. I don't know if we want to keep that on there or not. We'll wait to cut it off to the last minute just to make sure. So, I think I like it that way. I think. So, maybe I can do this without taking it down so you guys can see it upright. So we're going to go down in between. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm good at making them, but I haven't quite gotten super good at showing how I do it, I guess. So I'm literally just going down in between all the mesh and the ribbons and finding the frame. And we don't want to put it on there super tight because we don't want to smash everything. And normally I'll put my signs on there pretty loose. And then I'll make sure everything is positioned how I want it. And then come back and tighten it back down. But this sign is pretty light, so I think we can leave it on there pretty loose regardless. Okay. So I'll just come through, move everything around, pull everything out from under it that I want to pull out, because it would be a shame to put all the stuff on there and then have it buried underneath the sign. So we're just kind of fluffing around it. This one's not cooperating. There we go. And I like to have a mixture of what you can see coming out from under the sign being the mesh and the, Bailey, you're kicking the thing. The roller thing with the sticky stuff. Oh, it's in that, you come around this way so you don't Can you fit right there without bumping it again? She's trying everything not to be on the camera. It's move that thing that says create, the box. Look to your right. See the box that says create? Move that out of the way and it should be in that second drawer in that container. She's distracting me. She's got some kind of project working in there. She won't tell me what she's doing. Is it something to decorate your classroom? Huh? No. She's being very cryptic. And you're upsetting your cat. Is it not in that one? It's in one of those. All I'm doing now is tightening the sign down just a little bit. She's going underneath the camera. She's just crawling underneath. It is not cooperating with me. I don't want it to be up that high. And I just manhandle stuff until it looks how I want it to look. All right, so we got our sign on there. Cute. And then since I can't remember where we were going to put the pumpkin, I think right there. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I think we want it right there. Okay, so let's keep it smashed so I remember where I said. Okay, so we're going to put pipe cleaners, just glue them into the back of this. And I want my stem facing that way, so this will be the back. And I'm literally just going to poke holes in it. And I'm probably going to do 4 because I'm not 100% sure how I want it to attach. So, it'd be a lot easier to have extra ones on there than to not have enough on there. Is that going to poke easy? Okay. So pretty much what we're going to do is put a little bit of glue on the end of the pipe cleaner and then just shove it in there. What is it, sweet boy? Bailey keeps coming in here and not paying you any attention. It looks kind of crazy, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to do one of the ones that I do that has a skeleton head and hat on it, and that thing looks like I'm a serial killer or something. All the holes that I poke in it, and have to shove the stuff in there to try to get the holes poked in it. All right, so that's what we've got on the back, and we're gonna see how this attaches. Sorry. So we're gonna pull it back down and see. I kept these smashed so I could remember where I was going with it. And I kind of want it up like this. I might like this. I'm gonna put a couple in the bottom. Sometimes whenever you're making the new stuff, let's do a couple in the bottom. figuring out the mechanics of it. You just gotta trial and error it a little bit. Kind of set it on there like you think you want it to lay. And then just try stuff. It'll either work or it won't. Oops. Let's let the glue dry for just a second. Sometimes it shows. All right. So now I think our glue is pretty dry. So I kind of want it setting up a little bit. I'm going to put it right down in here. And all I'm doing is finding the frame, just moving everything out of the way with my fingers. And finding the easiest path to the frame. And I usually don't even look a whole lot. Most of the time you're just kind of doing it by feel. God, I love this pumpkin so much. It's going to be hard to list this one. I might want to keep it for myself. All right, one of the black ribbons is up under there somewhere. So if we got candy corn, here it is. And even though it's kind of crazy, this is the kind of fun part for me, is figuring out how to make it work. Figuring out how to put it together to where it not only looks pretty, but how you can get it to stay on there, how you want it to be on there. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I think it needs to be back just a little bit. So I'm probably only going to use these top ones that I put on there. Find the frame. There we go. So if I don't use all the ones that I put on the back of there, I'll just clip them off because you won't be able to see them. All right, let's see. How does that look? Yep. So we'll just clip the other ones off. Oh, I love it so far. I guess I can anchor it down with this other one just to have a little extra added durability. They're already on there, so we might as well. So I'm just going down in between, like where our ribbons are on and our rolls are on. Make sure you got everything pulled out real good. Okay. And I'll come back and trim all that stuff off the back after we're finished. I won't make you guys stay for that. Which I guess I can't make you stay for any of it. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. Other than Linda, because she promised. Okay. So, let's get them hung back up. And see, I trip. Anybody who's watched me do any of these knows that I trip over the legs of this easel every single time. Come on up here a lot. There we go. Okay, what do you guys think so far? I think it is just too adorable. I love that pumpkin so much. I wish I would have done some smaller ones. We may not finish this tonight. I'm looking at it on my phone where the light's not blinding me up there. Because I may want, and it takes it overnight for the glitter and all the glue and everything to dry. I don't know. We're going to try to power through with what I do have. But I do love that pumpkin. Okay. So I just go through, kind of fluff everything back out from manhandling it on the table. And then I have just a plethora of stuff. I've got candy corn pick. I think I got that from Joann's. I got these little seed picks from Michael's that are pretty much the same color. I found these little pumpkins, glittery pumpkins at the Dollar Tree. Oh, and then I bought just some regular orange pumpkins, and I painted them black. Matter of fact, I need to put the stems back in. I painted them black and then put black glitter on them. I pulled the stems out, painted them black, and put black glitter on them. So we've got those if we want to use those. What else? Oh, I've got these picks that I also got from the Dollar Tree that were the right colors. I've got some little branches. I think these came from Joann's, little black branches with bats on them, which I wouldn't use the bats. We would just use the branches. And then I've got just regular candy corns and my deco tubing that I use on so much stuff. I got it. Oh, and I got some black. I'm telling you guys, I have all kinds of stuff back here behind me. I've got my black deco tubing and then like this harvest gold color. And then some black ferns. I think those came from Joann's. So, we need something right there and right there. Maybe these are the ribbons that I used. And since I'm going to put candy corns in there, I think I want to use the black. I want to use the black in the stripe. What is it, sweet boy? I think he doesn't like hearing me talking, and I'm not talking to him. I'm not paying him any attention. Oops. See, there goes stuff falling off the table. Alright, so nope, I don't like that. That would be good for that one. So 6 inches. Do I really want that to be 6 inches? No, let's do 5 inches. Okay. So I'll just kind of put my loop up in there to see what size I want it to be. And we're going to do, let's do 2 loops of each one of them in 5 inch. Because I don't want a big, huge bow. And I'm not putting tails on this because it's the same ribbon. Let's use the same ribbon. Let's do it like that. Duh. It's the same ribbon that's already in there, so the ribbon that we put in there will make it look like it's got tails. We want to, I think we do. When I make these, I don't ever know if people enjoy learning the thought process behind it or just want to see the mechanical part about how it's put together. Because when I watch them, I just want to see how you did it. But then I know that there's other people that like to see the thought process behind it. How you decide what to put where. Alright, so I'm just making 2 5-inch loops of each of these. And if I could do a bow by hand, I would, but I cannot. Oh, Jesus. And it's really irritating when you get halfway through a roll of ribbon that you paid good money for. Can you see that? And it's a mess. Maybe we can get our loops out of there before it gets to the part that's bad. Yeah, we can. What, sweet boy? Do you need help? Oh. He wanted me to help him down, and I wasn't paying attention fast enough. I'm sorry, sweet boy. I'll pay better attention next time. Now I feel really bad. He's old, and he's got arthritis. I'm sorry, sweet boy. Okay, so you know how we saved all of these? I'm going to find a long one. And literally that's what I'm going to use to hold them together. And just twist it real tight. And then let's see if we like it. I like it. So see, it looks like we made a bow to put in there. Which kind of we did, but not really. It's not anything fancy. So we'll just put a little bit of glue down on the stem. And we'll glue it down in there. And we want to glue it down to where the pipe cleaner is. Just down in the middle. And I'll let it sit there and dry before I try to fluff the bow back out. And then we're going to do the same thing. Do we want it here? Or up there? I'm going to look at it from afar. I think we want it up beside the pumpkin. So then we're going to do it with the candy corn and the black. Because I think we're either going to want that right there. Ooh, that'll be cute coming out from behind the pumpkin. Okay. And you just kind of manipulate your ribbons around. I said this last time and I didn't do it, but I've got to anchor this sucker down to where it doesn't flap all over the place. That makes me crazy. And see, this looks like it's the tails. Super cute, huh? So let's do a candy corn and black one. How far does that go in there? Not sure what happened there. Jasper got cat hair all over me. Yeah, so let's do a candy corn and black one. And that should be all the ribbon, and then we'll switch over to gluing in the embellishments. I'm going to say the nicotine is what helps me be creative, so I'm not going to feel bad for vaping. Oh, is Alicia here too? Hi, Alicia. I hope you're feeling better. Okay, what did I do? I did 5 inches, I think. So let's do tulips again at 5 inches. Yeah. And I'm just twisting in the middle so that we've always got the pretty side facing up. And then we'll do the candy corn ribbon. Five inches. And we're just twisting it so that the pretty side is always going to end up what's facing up. I was wishing I made a reel of the lantern swag that I posted, I don't know, yesterday or the day before, but I haven't posted the reel yet. I'm wishing I would have done that on here so you guys could see how cool those are to make. Alright, so we're going to find another long one. There we go. Another long one from where we clipped our ties out, our pipe cleaners. And just twist it as tight as you can twist it. And you just manipulate your ribbons around, and then we're going to glue it right in down in there. So I'm going to go in between where we've connected it with our pipe cleaner. And just stick it in there and let it set there for a minute so it can dry. And then we'll come back and fluff it back out. But if I start pulling on it now, it'll pull it out. Okay, so I want this, I think, in behind here. And I got these from Michael's, but I think it was last year. I haven't really looked at Michael's for the Halloween this year. And anybody that's ever been to any of my classes knows I rip everything apart. I don't use anything whole. We're going to spread it out. And I'm just twisting the bottom of it together because it wanted to come apart. Okay, so I have a dowel rod that I had from another project that I did. And I'm just going to take it and twist these. So that they look all curly Q and cool. Give it some dimension. And just kind of twist it around. See how much better that looks than that? So I think. And whenever I'm decorating, I just set stuff in there. Kind of get a couple of the pieces in there, decide if you like it, and then glue. Because nothing is worse than thinking that's where you want it, gluing it in, and then having to get the heat gun out to melt the glue to get it back out. Which I have done on more than one occasion. And I'm just twisting that tight. Then we'll curl these. I really ought to use both of these because I think that's the only candy corn sign I have. Oops. Man down. Oops, I missed one. Okay. Do we want these to come out all around the pumpkin? I think we do. I don't know. He's glittery and these are not. Let's go for the candy corn. Let's do that first. The little kitty's just in there just crying and crying. She must not be paying him any attention. Are you ignoring him in there? Oh, he's about to get his medicine. He doesn't know that though. Oh yeah, that's way better. We'll have these coming all around the pumpkin. It's always just kind of trial and error while you're doing it. Stick something in there and see if you like it. Oh, we didn't fluff him back out after he dried. Stick something in there and see if you like it, and if you don't, I like that though. And this has got a candy corn on it, but I might pull it off. Since none of the, oh well. I guess it hurt me because it just jumped off. Alright, so let's do this side. Is my head in the way? Sorry, you guys, I get focused and forget that I'm recording. All right, what do we think about that so far? We got one more. Do we want it to go on the inside? I think we do. And sorry, I'm vaping in your ears again. I love that twisting. I always use my needle nose to twist it because it makes it so much easier than doing it with your hands. I don't know if that's lazy or working smarter instead of harder. We're going to say it's working smarter instead of harder. What do we think about that? I don't like how it's overlapping the sign. Oh, you can't really tell it in the... I'm standing too close. I usually have to step away and look at it. Yeah, that needs to be shorter. So let's clip that top stem off. I guess I could have left it on there and just clipped it and decided from there, huh? So much for work smarter instead of harder. There we go. Now it doesn't really cover up as much of the sign. Just like that. All right, what do you guys think? So then, let's do maybe some candy corns. Oh, my Aunt Rhonda's watching. I love you, Aunt Rhonda. She'll just stay for a minute, and then she'll be out. That's what she did last time. Oops, I gotta save all the tags while I'm going so I can take them out of my inventory app when we're finished. So let's do... Ooh, I know it'll be cute. We'll do a couple of ferns on the back of the candy corn. That'll make them stick out more. Like that. I think that'd be cute. And again, we're just using our little leftover pieces. And I'm going to twist them together. Yep. Super cute. And since my brain always wants symmetry, let's steam this guy. I just knocked my trash on the floor and it spilled everywhere. Oh, it's not too bad. Luckily, I emptied it before I started this and we haven't thrown too much away. Sometimes if it's full of like glittery stuff and... Okay, that wasn't too bad. I could have been a disaster. And see, now I'm tripping. I'm telling you guys. If I was ever like on TV or something like that, they would be like, that lady is a mess. Good Lord. Okay. So we're going to take a pipe cleaner because that one's really short. So we're going to attach the third leaf to the stem. And then the candy corn to the 3 leaves. Do we want to do every other one on the outside? I think we do. Oops. I think we do. I'm liking that. And I don't know. I may put some of these guys behind there. Maybe. You just never know. Never know what we're going to do. A lot of times I don't know what we're going to do. It's a mystery to me. No, I got black glitter everywhere. I'm getting my car detailed tomorrow, and I know he's going to be teasing me about how much glitter he vacuumed out of my car. I think I leave a trail of glitter everywhere I go. One of my coworkers today told me that they vacuumed out their car and vacuumed glitter out of it. Like, sorry. I think I love it. Okay, so I don't like the spacing of this, so I'm going to clip it apart. As Linda says, deconstruct to reconstruct, because I didn't like the spacing of the leaves. So that's one thing. I mean, when you're making stuff, you don't have to accept how it is. Take it apart and make it how you want it to be. Shape it how you want it to be shaped. That's the cool thing about making stuff for yourself. Well, I don't really make them for myself. I sell all the ones that I make, but you know what I mean. Same difference. So I'm putting these in each of the ones that don't have the candy corn ribbon because I don't want to put candy corns on top of the candy corn ribbon. One more. He's going to go back here. My label in my label pile. I use these ferns to make that lantern swag. They were the base of the lantern swag. Okay. I don't know. I guess I don't have my steamer and the camera focus, but I'm just shaping the ferns to where they're spread out how I want them to be with my steamer. And just attach it. And see, I'm still using the little ends of the pipe cleaners that I pulled out. I don't know if you guys can see how big of a mess it is right here. All right. So, oops. I think I got them on there tight enough. This one's going to go right up here. There we go. do you guys think so far? Let's see what it looks like from a distance. Oh, I love it so far. Do we want to add more orange? Want those. Maybe some orange leaves. Oh, I kind of like those. Let's see. Let's see if I really like them. Because you'll think you like them, and then you go to put them in there, and you decide you don't. Let's go. All right, you see how that one's kind of crumply? Put the steamer on it, and then it's not crumply anymore. So, I'll go here. How does the orange look? Oh, I like it. All right, so then we're going to do that and every other one on the outside. I found these at the Dollar Tree also. They've had some cute stuff this year. Do I have anything else from the Dollar Tree in here? No, so far this is the first thing. We got the pumpkin at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Wholesale, Joann's. Yep, it's our first Dollar Tree piece. Do you guys like the leaves? I like the leaves. If I made them known, mine was sitting in my. You would be surprised. You never know. And the more you do them, the better you get at them. And heck, there's ones that I've made that I thought, oh my God, that was so ugly. And then, heck, there's one, I've got 5 for fall that are my most popular ones. And there's one that I just think is so ugly. And people love it. They just go crazy for it. So you just never know. And not everybody's tastes are the same. I've got a couple of bows like that too that I think are so ugly that other people really like. And then there's been ones that I really liked that aren't popular at all. And I'm like, gosh, I cannot believe that nobody likes that. Heck, there was one that I made a while back that I thought I'm gonna be stuck with this one forever, and somebody bought it the other day. Matter of fact, when I described it to Linda, I was like, you know, that ugly one with the sunflower on it, for her to know which one I was talking about, because she thinks it's ugly too. But somebody liked it, so you just never know. Everybody's tastes are different, which I think is cool, because if we were all the same, it'd be a pretty boring place. I love those leaves. I'm gonna have to give Dollar Tree props on those. Sometimes you can find really cute stuff in there. You just have to be selective on what you buy. like using their signs. Because when you're putting your wreaths on your doors, I mean, obviously they're all going to fade over time. I mean, they're outside. But I don't know, the Dollar Tree ones don't hold up as well as the others. But sometimes you can get some cool stuff there. Like these leaves, for example. Let's see, who am I missing? Oh, right here. All right, so I don't know. I might be finished. And I didn't get to use my little seed picks. But I don't think I would like the seed picks in there. A little bit of orange. Oh, I have a good idea. What if... Okay, so I got these little orange ones at the Dollar Tree. I got these from Hobby Lobby. And it's got some little bitty tiny gems on there. What if we gemmed up one of these little pumpkins? I don't know if you can see that. Dang, these are pretty sticky. I don't know if I'm going to even have to glue these on there. These are sticky as hell. Oh my gosh. This is adorable. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing or not. I don't know why I do stuff like this, because once the season really gets going, I don't have time to sit here and make all this stuff. Linda, do you see what I'm doing right here on these? Poor Linda. She's been making, oh, I took them out of here. So I've got a blue wreath that I sell a lot of those at fall. And there's these pieces in there, and neither one of us can ever remember what they're really called. Oh, wrong size. And so I sent her with the stuff to do 400 of the little pieces. And she has just spent hours upon hours putting these things together. She is she's my help when I need help. She calms me down sometimes. She says, "Hey, we'll just do it." Support. She's my support. She is fantastic, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And she will sit for hours putting little things together for me. Okay. Look how stinking cute that is. Can you guys see that? Let me see on my camera if you can see how it looks. Can you see the little gems on it? The only thing that I don't like is it doesn't have a stem. Haha. The little piece that we cut off a minute ago. So I'm just going to, I cut a little tip piece off and we're going to shove that down in there and make a stem. Now he has a little black stem, if you can see. So I'm not going to glue him in because I might come back and put some black glitter on him. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. What do you guys think about that? And what if we put, I don't like the black one. Maybe because that ugly brown stem on there. I don't know if the gems will stick to that with that big thick glitter on there. Let's try it and see. I feel like this one's taking forever. I apologize, you guys. Maybe I'll like it once the gems are in there. These are so little, it's hard to not get too much glue on there. Oh yeah, this is going to be a nightmare. This is a fail. Maybe not. I might have just salvaged it. We'll put a stem on it and you won't be able to see where I messed it up. Maybe. Oh, nope. I messed it up for good this time. Okay, that's a fail. That'll have to be when I'm not on a Facebook Live. So, because the glitter keeps wanting to come off. So we need something black in there. I really want black pumpkins. Maybe ferns. Maybe we'll bring the ferns to the inside too. Nope. Ooh, maybe squigglies, branches. Bring branches over to this side since we've got them on that side. Oh yeah, I think so. Let's put two of them in there though. Oh, and maybe just a little candy corn behind it too. I didn't think about the candy corns. The one that fell out. Oh, I love that. And then we'll do another one down here. And I think we're finished after that. What do you guys think about that? Do you love it as much as I do? Or am I just a crazy person? Because I love it. One more pumpkin build and then you guys are done with me. It's amazing what just a little bit of extra will do. Do those that far apart? No. Just by adding a little bit of bling to a Dollar Tree pumpkin. Makes it look fancy. It's got black glitter all over it. And two, when you're making stuff, you see that was an epic fail. Don't give up. Try something different. Everything's not going to be a winner. Heck, when I first started doing that pumpkin that's on this one, it didn't turn out right when I first started. I had glue everywhere on that thing. I took a pair of tweezers and picked out glue and picked out glue. But I know better what to do next time. So don't be afraid to just try stuff. It'll either work or it won't. And if it doesn't, try something different. Bailey, are you listening to my words of aspiration? She don't care. She's ignoring me. She could care less about all my crafty stuff or my words of wisdom. Let me get those two up there. There we go. All right, one more. One more little strip. I'm so in love with the rhinestones on the pumpkins. I just don't know what is up with me with those. Because I'm usually not a glitzy person. All right, so this is our little branch again that we clipped off the end of that one so that it wouldn't cover the sign, and we're just going to poke it down in there and make a stem. Try not to burn our fingers because it's little. Really wish I had some black rhinestones, but clear will work. Bailey, are you listening to my words of wisdom? She's not. How cute is that? All right, so we're going to put it down here with two more branches and maybe a candy corn, and then we're done. I don't know how long this took, but I feel like it's been a long time. God, I love those pumpkins. You guys are going to think I'm a crazy person. I think they're so freaking cute. And honestly, I think I might, since all of that has all that branches over there, I may just want one right here instead of two. No, I want two. What do you guys think? I think it's super cute. Let me look at it from a distance. I'm totally in love with that. That is so super cute. It's the pumpkin. I think this right here is just what makes it. Oh, So I did a reel on making this, which I love. I was going to show you guys this. And I started off on this one and completely ruined it. So the ones that I've been seeing, or the one that I saw the other day, it was just a plain velvet pumpkin with gems going down the side. I think I'm going to do one. I think it's going to be super cute. But that's another example of when I say just try it. This one turned out terrible, and I got glue everywhere, and it's a waste. But I tried it again and got it right. So don't ever start doing something and think that it's terrible because you did it wrong. Nobody ever does anything perfect the first time. I mean, sometimes they do, I guess, but rarely. Just don't let it discourage you because we all mess stuff up. Okay, it's finished. I'm going to glue everything in. I hope you guys had fun watching, and I hope you loved it, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you were inspired to make something cool. I love it. Thank you for watching me. See if I'm smart enough to remember how to finish it. I think I am.